Forex Market Analytics, guys, we're back. Check this out, Aussie dollar. I think we got quite an interesting story behind the technical situation here. I got involved just recently, actually yesterday, pulled the trigger the first time. Today, I was quite happy with that positive momentum. I decided to pull the trigger the second time. Having said that, it's still very, very early stages of what I think could be the next bullish, the next upside trend. So I think we're maybe looking at the very tipping point of a downside trend, right? We've seen that downside trend basically pushing the Aussie dollar downwards for quite some time. But I want you to take a look at this particular area here. 6870, this blue dotted line, is a very important element in our technical situation here. I'm going to show you why. So first I'm going to take you to the big picture, which is the weekly, well, actually the monthly chart. It's much more profound coming from the monthly chart. And here, well, first let me describe the formation that we're working here with. So we're looking at what seems to be a trading range. It's very young. We only have two legs, right? We only have the first leg and the second leg, but it is a mighty trading range, potentially speaking. And if we're going to try to track back to the base of that move, so we can see that it started around the beginning of 2016, the end of 2015, right? So that's a pretty massive move. Now, when price was, well, a few months ago, right, it was deeping pretty strongly, actually. Let me close up a little bit. And it made that stunning move here with that huge spike, taking the previous low and bouncing right back up, actually ending the month above 71.35. I think that was a huge event in terms of, indication on what's to come. When price was doing that type of reverse and going strong, closing back above 71.35, kind of suggested that the second leg here on the downside is over. Now, it wasn't too surprising to see the following few months actually pushing downwards the Aussie dollar, right? Price was on the downside again. And I think that what we've seen here over the last few months, and I'm going to take you again now to the weekly chart actually, is what I would call a technical correction, right? So take a look at this. Is the move. This is the base of the move, right? This is the first kind of upside segment that represented the upside reversal, the first, move on the upside. And what followed next was this downside move, which seems to be part of the original downside trend, but I would suggest that this is just a technical correction to the first upside move, which is the genuine one, and it's the base of the next, bullish trend, right? Upside trend. So when price is engaging with that particular key level, guys, this is the last Fibonacci correction, 76.4 of that first upside segment I just described. So, looking at the that reaction we have here just this week right now, it's quite impressive, and I think it's very forthtelling in the sense that it tries to tell us that it reached the end of the way. It reached the end of the road as far as the downside correction goes, 76.4. And if we're ever going to expect a tipping point, it will probably be this spot right here, right now. Anyway, that's pretty much what I feel regarding the technical situation. But I gotta tell you, we should be cautious. We're still in the danger zone as far as price goes, trading pretty close to 68.70. We want to make sure that price kind of, break away. Begin to push forward, and as long as it's going to do so, I will just keep increasing this position. I should mention that even though the potential here is staggering on the upside all the way to 78, we're going to break down this move into two parts. We're going to take the first step to 71.35, if we're going to be successful with this particular resistance, we'll take the second step to 78.26. For now, our primary price target is 71.35. Stop loss level is at 67.30. And yeah, looks pretty interesting right now. Price begins to turn around. That's about that for the Aussie dollar. That's about that for today. Till next time, be well.